Now we're talking what we consume. And there are some merchants of debt everywhere now in terms of what we buy, what we consume, drugs, foods, and what have you. And they are becoming so rampant in terms of talking of fake and substandard products everywhere. And I say everywhere. Standard Organization of Nigeria have come out to say about 40% of products in Nigeria are fake products. So you can't just be too sure the quality of the product you are buying, be it pharmaceutical, drinks and beverages, what have you.
Or packaged foods.
Packaged foods as well.
Manufactured items.
It's becoming a serious issue of concern. And cases in the hospitals now, the issue of poisoning and failure of vital organ have been traced to consumption of fake products.
You know, when you were doing your opening remark, you said merchant of death. And you know, usually we just hear merchant of Venice. Yes, and the book by Shakespeare. But you know, if you look at the context of that book, they're still selling some things that would at the end of the day bring one trouble or the other. You know, that one was that he borrowed money that he could not pay. But you know, in this context, we're seeing that people are deliberately selling products to people in the name of another brand, because some of these are wine, spirits, their food, their consumables of already established brands. And all they just do is just do their chemistry within their backyards and then fill those bottles, do some sort of labels, and then sell to unsuspecting customers.
Even it's the non-alcoholic beverage that we take now.
Yes.
You want to think twice. You want to buy the popular ones that you want to think, no, these ones cannot be faked. Yeah. We are not too sure what
because it is produced in Nigeria. But at the end of the day, it's for us to be super careful. But you know, when it's emanating from main markets. You know, I know that there was mention of cemetery markets. You know, that's one big market in Aba. You know, if it's coming from those kind of places, it means that it will trickle down to other small places. It's not like it's just a small production place that was done somewhere to just service a particular, you know, area or environment. But, you know, these are places that these things, they come in bulk and then they spread all over the country. So it's really worrisome what people have decided in the name of looking for money, in the name of advancing their craft. Because somehow they have decided that we know how to do this, but rather than float a company, probably get registered, go through the process, and then have a brand for yourself. I understand how difficult it is to build a brand. But of course, you already have the technical know-how of how to concoct something. So why not go through the process of ensuring that it is safe for consumption? And how are you sure that what you're putting in the market, your family members won't still be partakers of it, or even you yourself? Okay, maybe they know it, they know how to protect themselves, but you know, for the larger people, we have to be careful.
Well, I saw the picture. I'm not sure I've been able to share that picture with you.
Okay.
Grace saw the,
yes, I saw
the picture.
Okay.
The Jack Daniels, Remy Martins, and saw two guys apprehended. And the notes underneath says, I think it is time for me to stop taking alcohol.
Well, even not, you see, that of alcohol, if it is only alcohol, the thing would have been simple, because alcohol is only one item. The issue is beyond that, in my opinion, because what gave birth to NAFDAC in the first place? NAFDAC was given birth to because it was realized that the Food and Drugs Administration unit of the Federal Ministry of Health was unable, being a unit in a department, to cope with the high volume of counterfeit, substandard, adulterated, manufactured foods, drugs, and drinks that were coming into Nigeria. And the issue of drugs had reached an alarming proportion, So one of the first priorities of the then Director General of NAFDAC, Dr. Dora Okunyili, was to break up the selling points and the cartels. And she carried out a very, very effective police operation at that time. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that anybody, well, I don't know the level of convictions achieved. But definitely the level of awareness of the presence of fake products, counterfeit products, adulterated products increased tremendously. To the extent that in Ilori here, when you want to buy pure water, you say, let me see if it has NAFDAC.
Yes.
That was the degree of confidence that NAFDAC, that Nigerians had in NAFDAC as an organization.
Even as little as, if you want to buy, all those plantain chips, or just any consumable.
Plantain chips, chin-chin,
anything, you just
gala, biscuit, every Nigerian will say, does it have NAFDAC number?
Yes.
To the extent that when you want to disparage someone, you say, what of so and so? The next thing, that so and so, does he have NAFDAC number? You want to marry a husband, you want to marry a wife. My son, you must bring me a wife with NAFDAC number.
That means it is certified, very, very good, and it means that at the end of the day, if you consume it, you are safe.
Exactly.
But these days, it looks like they've been able to do the branding in a way that it will probably include maybe a fake or a real NAFDAC number, and it's just put in place there. Before, you won't just see the NAFDAC number, but right now, some products you even see some form of certification, registration, or some labels that has, the counterfeiting is not just for the product, but also for the labeling.
Exactly.
And I know that for some products, they go ahead to do some, especially for the pharmaceuticals, they do some silver lining on it, and then they tell you original mark. Some tell you
some kind of watermarks.
Yes, some tell you to
some
dial
special tips.
Yes.
Or even dial a
number to confirm if this is real. Those are checks and balances that some of these companies have been able to put. But it's just been a very, very difficult one. I don't think it's totally a simple and an easy terrain for the drug administrators to be able to penetrate.
Well, the NAFDAC Director General, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, is calling on the judiciary to help salvage the situation. Let's listen to what she's got to say.
A children's medicine for 13,000 naira or something like that, or is selling for 13,000 naira. Another person was selling about 3,000 naira in the same mall. That's raised at now. Guess what? There was nothing inside that medicine when we tested it in our Kaduna lab. So, I want death penalty. Because you don't need to put a gun on the head of a child before you kill that child. You do not need to put a gun on the head of a child before you kill that child. Don't give that child bad medicine. I'm hoping that judges are listening to me. You don't need to kill a child because the child cannot complain. Oh, this medicine doesn't work. They will just be, slipping away and die. So, our judiciary system must be strong enough. But we are working with the National Assembly to make our penalties very stiff. But if you kill a child by private medicine, you deserve to die.
Very passionate appeal
very passionate
there. You hear her voice, not only talking from an expert level, but you would know that this is coming from someone with a deep sense of humanity, talking about how that I'm happy that she's carrying the legislators and also the judiciary, and I will believe that moving forward we're able to see that people are being persecuted. I know that at some point there was a peace pact, how we do peace pacts for people warring conflict. There was an agreement that was reached with people, with the markets people, saying that if you do know anybody who is producing some of these fake products, or anybody who is hawking or selling or distributing this, please let us know. but it doesn't seem as if that pact is being recognized. And so far, we've not heard or seen anybody specifically. Yes, I know that there might have been some convictions that has gone on, but maybe we really need to see people in the public that have been named and shamed. You know how we say that, let's name and shame them, so as to serve as deterrent to others, because this is very important. You and I could just, just want to just use our hard earned money after working hard to make the money, and the money is not even enough for you. You do scale of preference, you get to buy some of these consumables, and sometimes it might not be by will, because for some medications you probably need it because you're ill, and just to get double for your trouble, it's not always very good. So we'll appeal to those who are doing it to please have a change of heart. We are all of the same race.
Let's have you add your voice to the appeal.
Well, it is something I must appeal to with a very loud voice. I have at least one medical challenge that has to be carried, that has to be addressed from time to time. One of the challenges is that sometimes we are not sure if the drug you are giving him is the one that will solve the problem. And in the same vein, we must realize that one of the reasons why there are so much fake drugs is that there is effective demand for these drugs and the originals are not available. So with the few that are available, like we have some cases of some people adulterating engine oil, for every gallon, 5 liters of engine oil that they buy, they will produce 5 fake gallons. So it's a similar kind of thing, such that in real terms, the active ingredient in that drug,
potency of the drug,
potency of the drug is completely gone. And there is nothing that compares to human life. So we want to appeal to all those that are involved in this business to go and find something else to do. Then NAFDAC, it appears that over time, the organization has grown complacent. And I think Professor Adeyeye is waking up.
About the lack of adequate funding is also one of the problems that NAFDAC themselves have faced. Inability to acquire equipment that would help them in detecting fake products.
Well, you see, that one of money, funding, it will never be enough.
Okay. Okay.
Don't worry, money might come and it will be in excess.
We don't have any option than to hand it there. Well, money can't be enough, but like Grace said, there's always a scale of preference. For them, they need money so that they can acquire equipment that will help them in detecting whether products are fake or not. The Standard Organization of Nigeria have said 40%, that's worrisome, of products in the Nigerian market are fake products. We hope we'll be able to bring the figures reasonably down at the end of the day. We wish NAFDAC, SON, the very best of luck in their fight against the spread of fake products in our market.